Hi everybody, and thank you for coming back to the next episode. I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. Today's episode is kind of a little bit different. It's going to be filled with people like the crossover, except this is going to pretty much be all the scenes that we really couldn't fit into the crossover. It would have taken too much time. So this is kind of the aftermath, the day or two after of what has occurred. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Those who subscribe make it easier for other people to find us to enjoy our episodes. So, enjoy the game. Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I'm here tonight with both Group 1 and Group 2. For anybody who was able to catch up with our live stream, this is a following. Of course, we've already by now posted the last two episodes from the live stream, so you guys are all caught up. Let's go ahead and say hi, everybody.
Hey,
hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
TangledinBlue.
So let's go ahead and go down the line this time. Let's start with Blue.
Hi, my character's gone, but I'll still be playing Zachariah, possibly.
All right. Winter?
Hi, I'm Winter, and I play Charity, the Tiefling Cleric.
Gunny?
Hi, I'm Gunny, and I play Tensel Lostrith, the very, very nervous and unknown elven barbarian. That poor soul of his.
Red?
Hi, I'm Red, and I play Maggie. Yeah, the bard. Hello.
Rodeo?
Hi, I'm Rodeo, otherwise known as Maxwell, and I play Aeson Goldhand, the half-elf fighter cavalier.
Samuel?
Hi, I'm Samael, also known as Jonathan, and I'll be playing Lynn, the half-drow bard of whispers.
Tangled?
Hi, I'm TangledinBlue, or Laura, and I play Mila, the elven sorcerer of wild magic.
Now, before we start, there's a cool thing that occurred probably about a week or so ago. Somebody actually wrote in an email asking whether or not we use voice modules for the voices.
Oh.
No,
in
we
particular?
don't. It is
Who do you
No?
think in particular?
I wonder.
I don't know, because it could be Corey or Sam. That's why I asked.
Corey, when he does his dragon voice, especially.
Yeah.
Those
that
were the
one.
two cited questions.
That's-
They asked if Lynn was doing one and if the dragon voice was one because they wanted to use that for their run.
I mean,
I used to have a really good voice modulator that I would use through Discord when I was playing a Goliath, and I used a voice modulator to make my voice even deeper and boomier. But I don't remember what it was called, and I deleted it because I wasn't using it anymore.
So, in all, just get good, kid.
Yeah, get good.
Practice helps.
Practice. Yes.
It's like work on your normal range first, and then try to adjust a little bit up and down.
Yeah, don't worry about what B and Blue say. We're meme lords.
Accents also come in time. The best thing for accents that I've learned is find a TV show with that accent. One that,
I just
that's
made mine up
most
on the fly.
And it works.
It works. Yeah, YouTube videos are very good. Watching YouTubers who have different accents, and there's many ones who teach you how to do certain accents.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, so last time that we were together, we had just finished this rather large combat. A hole cracked through the ground. People were being attacked by this sludge creature, which sloughed off many copies of itself. In that time, the groups, one way or another, found themselves in the street, able to confront this thing. So one of us on a rooftop. With that, after a very long, hard, struggling battle, we were able to defeat it. Now, there were some casualties. I believe after everything kind of went down and everything is settled, we'll be able to know exactly how much we were able to save, and unfortunately, how much we lost. But I'd like to start up kind of just after the combat, just after you guys had spoken to Tristan. After all that information that he gave you guys, there's now that very solemn, so there's music. We had music playing, trying to help people, coax them through this. All in all, it's sad, but they're also very thankful. This could have been much worse. Everybody in town, without any warning, could have been destroyed, could have been killed. And so there's that awkward mixture of both thankfulness and mourning. That being said, after pretty much cleaning up what we can from the streets, they will hire a few of the cobblers. Well, not cobblers. Cobblers are shoemakers. But a few of the road workers, people to repair the road, and get to work on something special in the road. They're gonna reveal something in probably about a day. They're hoping to fast track the build. So until then, they're giving you guys any medicines you might need, health potions, free rests in the inn, no charge, just as a kind of a thank you. They also inform you, kind of after that long conversation, that they would like to hold a ceremony before you guys go your separate ways. So they would ask you to stay one more night. There are 2 scenes that we need to do from that night. The first one is when the group is helping collect the dead. There is going to be a moment that somebody is going to notice or recognize one of the dead. Unfortunately, it will be Winters.
Sorry.
Upon helping collect the dead and bring them to the church, laying them out so that their last rites can be read, you guys will notice that among the dead, one of the last people collected is Winters. What I'd like to do is start this scene as you guys are standing in front of the church. Of course, there will be a total of 26 dead. We're all kind of, besides Blue, Zachariah, we're all standing out in front of the church.
Aeson's gonna look over the bodies that are gathered, and he's gonna be very solemn looking. You could tell he feels like each one of these was a singular failure on his part, that he didn't stop things sooner, that he couldn't get things done sooner.
Yeah, Maggie's probably crying into his shoulder because of Winters, and she's trying not to look at him, but she can't look away. You know what I mean? And she's pretty hysterical at this point. I'm pretty sure Aeson's the only reason she's standing right now.
He's probably got to be holding her up, too.
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
All right. So as this last rite is being read, each one of them separately, it's not a mass rite. The preacher will go from one body to the next, stating the last rites from Almighty Aphrodite to them, stating that hopefully they find the love of what they are looking for that they could not find in life in death, and that their passing be easy, a simple transition. It won't be too much longer after the last rite is said over Winters that you will hear a large carriage and some horns. Rodeo, you would probably get this pretty much off the bat. These horns sound really, really, really familiar. Anybody else can roll a history, if they so like, to see if they could recognize what that might be.
I'll give it a shot and see. Nope. Got a 5.
Charity has no clue either.
Okay, so all in all, so for everybody, the final count here, we have Charity with a 3, Lynn with a 5, Maggie with an 18, and Mila with a 14. Now, for anybody above a 13, it is royal in some way. It is definitely a higher royal, somebody very important. For anybody above a 15, this is literally the highest royal that you can find on Talalia. These horns are specifically for the King of Graydon.
And
And
Aeson
after-
did not have to roll for that, right? He knew.
No, he knew 100%. You've heard that your entire life.
I was about to say, boy, you heard that. What you talk about?
With that being said, rolling down the street will be about 4 people in front of a carriage, a very ornate white carriage with golden trim. 2 hornsmen, 2 swordsmen, and then 3 spearmen in the back. The large carriage will come to basically the church, as this is now kind of like the congregation area. The main square's been pretty much destroyed at this point. So they'll take the back roads until they had got there. Once the carriage stops, the first is a younger gentleman. Very ornate clothing, very decorated. White in pretty much any place that he can. His cape is lined with roses. Very elegant dressed. And his hair, unlike most normal clothing or most normal hair colors, will be pink, a very light pink. Aeson, you will know this as your brother. And he'll have a saunter as he kind of exits the cart with a nice kind of genuine smile. Though you might also know that there might not be a lot of genuine in there. Now,
I rolled my eyes a bit when you said he's sauntering over this.
Yeah,
fucking-
Maggie would have been like, Maggie would have probably looked at him like, oh no.
I rolled my eyes in real life because I was like, yeah, just a bunch of dead people in a destroyed town. Let's saunter about.
the next person coming out of the cart will be older in terms. His clothing's still white, light gold trim, but he doesn't have much of the flair. He's very reserved, very appropriate. His eyes concerned yet reassured seeing Aeson. He definitely, his tone kind of changes as soon as his eyes kind of lay on Aeson. And he'll walk over. Son.
Father. Aeson he'll go to a knee and give a bow.
No, for today you've proven you do not need to bow to anyone. Please stand.
Yeah,
Aeson
because
will-
Maggie's right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Aeson will nod and he'll stand up and he'll be looking down. He'll be looking solemn and saddened.
I received your letter. I am sorry that it took so long, but I had brought forces to Krokka. That being said, I believe that now that they're here, it wouldn't be too much of a small stop to send them to Dalesville. I'll make sure that I make preparations.
Aeson will nod. Thank you, Father. They could most definitely use it from the last thing that I saw from Dalesville from the sky.
Yes, we've received reports that, and he'll look over and notice Maggie.
Maggie was just going to bow her head deeply and curtsy as deep as she can, keeping herself down in that position.
Please rise. For all of you, and he motions to the whole group.
Yeah, Mila is definitely kind of curtsying as well.
There will be no bowing. You all have earned that right. Besides, bowing makes me feel a little awkward.
In the back of Maggie's head, I wonder who that sounds like.
Yeah, Mila kind of like looks toward Aeson.
That being said, I have spoken with those of Krokka. Tomorrow, after you guys have gotten some formal rest, relaxation, and food, we would like to hold a ceremony in your honor. I hope you will all attend.
Of course, Father, but I know this might not be the proper time, but what of request?
In Dragonic, straight to Aeson. Basically would mean that he has passed over what he requested, that the item that you gave him ended up giving him what he wanted.
Which was to get rid of the military base on his home islands.
With that, he does nod. He's gonna kind of give you this in due time we'll speak of that look.
Aeson's familiar with that look.
Pretty much. Now, if I might, I'd like to make introductions of me and my son, and then I would love to meet your friends, son.
Absolutely. These people, we couldn't have done it without any of them. They're all the best people I've ever met.
Right. Well, for all of those who know me, I am the King of Graydon. But you can just call me Aeson's father if you so choose.
Apollyon.
Apollia. Well, no, he actually kind of grins. Like, he's never actually just been addressed under you. You know what I mean?
I see you.
And this is my son, Viser. This is my son, Viser.
Viserin.
Fucking Lord. Viserin. Viserin?
Yep, Viserin.
Viserin. This is my son, Viserin. He works with me in the courts. Now, and you're going to turn, and he's already shopping. So he's kind of like walked to the side a little bit. He's kind of looking through some trinkets. But as soon as he's addressed, his attention will turn. He'll walk over and he'll give a nice curtsy with the extra man that he is. It is a pleasure.
Oh, his voice is even bad. Oh.
Brother, it was an extreme jubilee to find out that you would survive the attack. You truly are doing amazing things.
Well, I mean, someone had to.
Oh, brother, you wound me. But not by much.
Aeson is smiling. He's friendly roasting his brother.
Oh, his brother is smiling with him. He's probably used to this at this point.
I'm just gonna do this, and Aeson, you're gonna hear in your mind, "Oh my god, I'm so glad you didn't end up like him."
And a bigger smile is going to appear over Aeson's face at being messaged. Pretty much, if it was anyone else other than Lynn, he might have been freaked out a little bit. But he's been traveling with Lynn long enough to know this kind of stuff. But yeah, brother, we must catch up. You must tell me what is going on in Graydon. I am intrigued to hear of what is going on in the courts.
Oh, of course. Yes, I'd be happy to fill you in over a pint. I'm so sick of wine. Really, I need some mead. Please.
I could use something.
Right. Well, let's all go to one of the inns. Hopefully the best. And drinks on me.
Perhaps I could stop at my room first. I would like to. And Aeson's going to look down at himself, covered in, viscera and slime, and I would like to clean myself up.
Ah, your father will speak up about that. He'll head back to the cart, and off of one of the hanging racks, he will pull one of your outfits from your actual closet in the kingdom. And it's fairly similar to the one that you're wearing. I believe he kind of basically has the same aesthetic for a lot of his outfits.
Yeah, and Aeson's father wears a very similar garb to Aeson. Aeson's he's fancy, but not like over the top. He's reserved. Perhaps if some of you people check out our YouTube, you'll see some of the pictures from the wedding. maybe we'll make something for that. And reserved but nice garb.
We'll put that plug in the back.
Yeah.
It's more functional wear.
Yeah, functional yet fancy.
Now you will notice that there is an addition to that outfit. There is a very particular gem set in a kind of large. What would you consider that to be? That's a sort of like, it's not really a pendant. It's not really an amulet.
A brooch.
A brooch. So there is a nice green amulet inserted into mostly a bronze and silver kind of brooch. I took some liberties, and I added a few things. I'm sure you've probably grown at this point, so I had it tailored. And with this, you'll be able to reach me. Well, not me specifically, but your brother. He'll be able to bring that to my attention as soon as possible. If there is anything more in the future that you need.
Thank you, Father. I didn't want to startle the people of Graydon with having a dragon fly overhead. But it was the only way I had to get a message to you quick enough.
We did almost shoot him from the sky. However, when he spoke in Draconic, I was able to understand before he landed, so no harm has come to your friend.
He was a vital part of us getting to Krokka in time to deal with what we had to deal with.
I had figured once I read the letter. So, some good news. It seems as though, with the newfound attention from Krokka, and the devastating news of losing some people, the people will also be celebrating as they will become a kingdom now. It seems that they have finally earned their right. Now, this comes from Truma, Eris, and Graydon.
They do deserve it. They are quite good people. The father, it is excellent news of them becoming their own kingdom. The nobles here are, and Aeson will move in closer and be like, mostly wonderful, but especially Sir Brimsworth.
I see mostly as you accounting Sir Duskin.
I never, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, Sir Van Duskin. Did not care for him.
In the back.
He'll put a hand over Aeson's shoulders, kind of walking him away a few feet. Well, you'll be happy to know that Brimsworth was the one elected to become king.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Now, Aeson, there is something I wish to speak to you.
Yes, Father.
We had a visit from the High King.
I see. I fought beside him here.
Oh, I just wanted to let you know because you weren't in Graydon, so I couldn't explain why we had to save what we did in order to find these things. The reason we haven't been able to send any help to Eris is because we've been searching for these items. I'm sure by now he's told you about them.
Yes, he's told us that we need to find them before this other finds them.
He's gonna kind of turn more towards you, put both hands on either side of your shoulder. Son, I wish you to return home. This is far too dangerous.
Aeson will point his head towards the ground and shake his head, and Father, you know I can't do that. The people of this entire world are in danger if we don't find this item. What kind of leader would I be if I back down now?
What kind of father would I be if I didn't try?
And I understand that. But you know I have to.
Just because your mother would probably hurt me very well, I'll say you slipped out.
Agreed. Give her a hug and a kiss from me.
I will. There's also something that you might wish to tell Maggie.
What is it?
Her mother is sick.
Aeson's face is going to kind of lose color.
Now, I've sent our best healers, but she has the fever. And unfortunately, something that we haven't seen in a long time. She's coughing some sort of dust.
I don't know how I'll break it to her.
If you would like,
You've sent your best.
of course. I sent Garifin.
Well, then you absolutely sent our best. Aeson's going to turn back and look at Maggie, and then turn back to Apollyon. I don't know how I'm going to tell her.
There is one last hope. If it is what the doctors assume without diagnosing properly in front, it's the Priscillus disease.
One second. Do I know what the Priscillus disease is with a history of 11?
Yes. So they only bloom once a year. They're very dangerous flowers. Mostly you can find them on the edge of Brinkle Woods. You can find a few in the center of Cryptay Forest. And there are a few patches in Howl's Forest. But basically what they do with an 11, they dry a person to dust. Once infected, they could potentially have a week, 2 weeks at the most. But there is a cure that you guys are aware of. Bravul was the first to find the cure. So there's a potential that Bravul might have a cure.
So it sounds like we must go to Bravul then.
Well, I had heard that before you guys met, you were 2 groups.
Yes, that is correct.
I assume you guys would split up at this point.
I believe that is the plan.
Okay. Well, then I can give you a lead. Well, the cure could potentially be at Breville. We have also heard rumors that there is an amulet in Howl's Forest. There's also one in the Noveska Forest. It said that it was in Noveska, but somebody has taken that along with one of the royals, Leofin. Leofina? Leofina, exactly. I'm not much of the knowledge when it comes to the elven royalty, but
I wasn't, but I have someone to introduce you to after this conversation, Father.
Okay. Well, unfortunately, that person has also gone missing.
That's going to grin a little bit.
Somebody by the name of Lawstrength. That's the only other name that we can find. That's about as much intel as I can get from anybody in Noveska. We don't have many ties there.
I understand, Father. I will do whatever it takes, whatever I can.
Good. Now, he'll start chatting basic stuff. Have you been washing behind your ears?
Yeah, dad stuff.
Yes. Now, we'll separate from you, because I know there's other things that we want to get to. I know that Charity, she has changed from her armor.
Yeah, Charity's changed out of her armor and into her acolyte robes to help the priest perform last rites. And now she's kind of waiting around Winters.
So I'd like to open it now, because I know a lot of you had scenes that you wanted to do, or things that you wanted to do before the ceremony. So right now, Aeson and his father are off talking to the side, which would leave pretty much everybody else free. I know. I'm going to slay this name for a while. Visarion?
Darren.
Vizarin.
Close enough. Yeah, that works.
He might walk over to Maggie, kind of offer his hand, do a small bow. Milady.
Son of a bitch.
I hate him.
Can I stop him now, please?
Thanks, I hate him.
It has been far too long since your last visit.
Maggie's gonna kind of give him a side look and like put like the tips
Here.
of her fingers in his hand just as a nicety, and then be like, and then like when he tries to do anything to it, she's gonna like quickly put her hand back and be like, "Yes, too long."
He'll just kind of shake it up and down. It looks like he was contemplating on going for a kiss to the back of your hand, but seeing the uneasiness of your grasp, I think he would probably step away from that motion.
Okay, good.
I remember last that you were coming from the Bardic College. Have you continued your studies?
She slowly nods. Yes, I have. And she's gonna hold her head up with pride, like she's trying to remain, noble. You know what I mean?
Ladylike.
Yeah.
A well-educated young lass. Hopefully, you might be able to show my brother a thing of two. We all know he could use it.
She's going to give him the stone look, and she's gonna be like, "I think he's a fine man, more than some I know."
Oh, yes, of course. No, my brother is an upstanding gentleman, but could use a bit of tutoring when it comes to magic and music. I believe he still prefers a drum roll.
Okay, not gonna lie, he's 100% right on everything he's saying. Aeson's an idiot.
Yeah.
No, I know. That's why Maggie's not saying anything.
I mean, yes.
Maggie's not saying anything.
Yeah,
Totally see it just coming into him, flips in a drum roll.
Yep. That's my Aeson.
Intelligence of 8.
That's
Needs a
my
little
boy.
help with the tutoring.
That's the love of my life.
I also
Sword
heard
cut bad guy.
word. I also heard word not too long ago that you passed through. Oh, what was it? Groggy Hill. Spoke to a man named Victor.
Her eyes were narrow.
He seems quite fond of you. He'll give a sly smile.
She'll smile back and she'll be like, "A lot of people are fond of me."
That's a fair enough. Yes. Right. So, now I don't know much about this town, but if you could give me a quick direction on the nicest inn/bar, I can go and get preparations started.
She'll point to the opposite end, to like the bad district, and she'll be like, "Over there."
Okay.
Way to go. That's my Maggie.
Maggie, I love you.
He'll start walking, and unfortunately, your father will notice.
Could I say
Son,
some- could I say
the high
something while he's
district
walking
is
away?
down. Sure.
Whenever he walks away, she's gonna look at him. As she walks back over to Aeson, she's gonna be like, "Oh, by the way, watch your step." And she'll keep walking.
He'll raise an eyebrow, but he'll continue on. His father, seeing him walk in the wrong direction, will, son. Hello, son. Over this direction. Yes.
Damn it.
And he'll just kind of give that point, like, and then like do the 2 points in opposite directions, and then turn and continue walking. So, with that out in that general direction, who would like to go next?
And during this entire time, Tensel would be leaning over the body of Winters, slight shiver in his shoulders, clutching his hand, trying to fight back everything he can. And he'll mutter to himself, "Why? Not again. Not again."
Charity will be standing next to him with her hand on his shoulder and incense burning in what are they called? They're the metal holders.
The sensors?
Yep,
Yes.
sensors.
Yeah. Saying a prayer. Aphrodite, may your beauty and grace take care of this man's soul and bring calmness and peace to the people who cared for him.
Tensel would instinctively just like reach his hand up to hold on to Charity's. Why does this keep happening?
It's the nature of life.
The preacher will... This is a different one from earlier. He'll bend down a little bit. In my line of work, there's something that's commonly known. Death is a tax for all that is living. One day it will come forth for each of us. Now, I doubt that a man that travels with the likes of you guys would be one to squander their life. I know it's hard. I know it's very, very hard. Almost impossible. But these are the times that we should cherish those memories. Because I don't think he would want you to cry, though it's almost impossible not to. But I think he would want you to remember those good times.
By this point, the tears are just rolling down his cheeks.
He'll nod, place a calm hand on your left shoulder, and he will give you time alone as he gets up and moves on.
Tensel would probably spend another few more minutes seemingly trapped in his own mind before looking up to Charity. He was the one to show me the world.
Charity will get down on her knees beside him and just wrap her arms around him and give him a big hug.
He'll bury his face into her shoulder. And for a little while, at this point, it's uncontrollably shaking. As everything was weighing on him, everything is finally releasing. Before he'll get back up. Thank you.
Of course. And Charity will just stay there quietly.
I just don't know. Is there anything else going on now? Does anybody else need anything?
Just Lynn before was distracted by that exchange with Aeson and father, seeing the situation going on with the fallen, seeing how Tensel is right now. It's just away from the group, just clutching onto her symbol of Taiki, just muttering to herself, Taiki, grant your protection to those left behind by those who are lost. Grant great favor to those who stand, so that they may grant them even greater fortune to those they meet.
Lynn, do me a quick perception roll. Pretty please.
All right. 21.
So you'd probably be the first to notice that two people that aren't with the group currently right now are walking down the road. Cole and Edmund. Cole's got his arm kind of around Edmund's shoulders. He's kind of patting Edmund's chest a little bit. They seem to be laughing and enjoying an interaction between each other. However, Edmund is sopping wet. They seem to be laughing, seem to be sharing some sort of tales. By the time they reach you, they'll give you both a big smile. Everything okay, Lynn?
1 second, I have to do a quick roll. Okay, she hides it well.
Okay.
It's like able to generally hide her any tears that would begin to well up in that moment. Hey, yeah, just giving the last rites, and yeah. Also, I encountered some new company. Just nodding their head over towards the King of Grain that decided to drop by.
Oh, yeah. Edmund, you should, but you really should go and check in with Charity. I think I have more duties to deal with at the wall. And I...
Grabbing his arm. No. What's up?
No, really, I can't...
Relax. What's up?
If he's gonna try to kind of move a little bit closer into... So then there's things I haven't told you. Things I'm an enemy of the state.
What?
It's a long story. I told you I used to work for Graydon. I used to be a person who gets rid of people of great importance. They couldn't very well admit to hiring me, so that's why I was in Boulder Forest.
You and I are going to talk about this later because you certainly piqued my interest in this. Now go. And I'm going to shove him in the face and give him an invisibility. Go.
Right. He will. Well, you won't see it, but he'll make a quick jog down the pathway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. But she's just visibly just pinching the ridge of her nose now.
Edmund's going to kind of wipe his forehead. We good?
Just give him a thumbs up. It's like, yeah, yeah, no worries. Just checking on some stuff.
You won't believe what I can do.
Honestly, after everything we've seen, I would not be surprised. And just going to approach Edmund and Charity Tensel and be ready to give her last rites as well.
All right.
All right. So Aeson will finish up his conversation with his father and then be like, Father, come, there's some people you must meet.
Okay.
And he will pull his father over to first Mila. And he'll be like, Father, this is Lady Leofina. She has been accompanying me for quite a while now.
Mila kind of instinctually just kind of bows and says, "It is an honor to meet you, Your Highness."
You as well, Lady Leofina.
Mm-hmm. It's to elven nobility. It's
So,
okay.
and he's going to kind of move just a step closer. You the one they're missing back in Noveska?
Yes. Yes. I'm. Yes, I am.
Well, no need to fear me, but you people are deathly worried.
I'm not going home.
I'm not here to make you.
Okay.
And you're safe as long as you're in the outside world. Anything happens, you report to my son, and I'll see to it that you're protected.
She kind of just bows again and it's like, "Thank you. Aeson has been very good.
Model citizen, a man of honor, person who likes to fart in his sleep. Yes, I know.
She
That's a dad move.
Yep.
Not fired
Oh
dead.
my God.
Oh yes.
She
Thank
kind
you.
she kind of cocks her head and just like, okay.
I wish I was able to hear that. No, it's so okay. What is a father if one who cannot slightly pick on their child?
Aeson is looking embarrassed.
Nonetheless, he grew up quite well.
He did.
Then Aeson will motion towards Lynn.
Oh god.
Lynn.
This is my good friend Lynn. I've been traveling with her the longest. I met her just after I left, and we actually ended up busting up some slavers together.
I see. Lynn, might I ask you for your full name?
Lynn Caldron, Sir King of Graydon, sir.
Want to roll a deception for me?
Motherfucker.
That's an 11.
Oh. You done fucked up, kid.
Great. Oh fuck! The one time I +9 doesn't work.
Maybe in due time. He won't pressure. He'll smile and nod. Thank you for helping my son.
Of course. And may I say that you raise a strong and kind boy.
Indeed. His mother would be proud. Is proud. So, who might we meet next?
Well, Zachariah is not here. Aeson will motion to young Tensel. Aeson doesn't know Tensel's name.
Smooth.
He indeed does not.
Now, is Tensel still with Winters?
Yes.
Maybe son, we should give him a moment.
Perhaps. And then he'll look to Charity, who is performing rites still, probably.
Charity DeBella.
Charity's just gonna look up for a moment and curtsy and then go back to...
You know, I was friends with her parents at one point. Lovely young lady.
Nani?
Aeson will be like, well, these are the people that helped me through all of this. Couldn't have done it without them.
I also heard there was another fighter, a spellcaster, and a dragon.
Unfortunately, the dragon perished. The other spellcaster would be Aeson. I don't think Aeson even noticed Edmund in the fight because he was up front the entire time and they came in from different groups. He just noticed spells coming in.
Pretty much.
But the other one was my friend Zachariah. He was very close with the dragon that perished, and he took her body to bury it. And I haven't seen him since.
Mila's
Wow.
as a Aeson's kind of talking about Zachariah. Mila's just kind of like fiddling with her sleeves.
Well, let's hope he does return safely.
Agreed. He's a very good man.
Now, let's see. Is there anyone missing that I may not have met, perhaps? And he's kind of generally making that question out to anybody around. That's Mila, you, Lynn.
Yeah, because my brain can't think of if there's anyone else.
Anyone who helped in the fight?
The High King.
Yeah, he knew that though, because Tristan talked to him.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to think.
Well, that being that, I shall retire to the carriage. I shall find lodging with one of the royals. Preferably Dan. I would love to be able to give him the good news. Of his
Also,
new
if you stay with Dan, make sure to ask him to try this thing he has created called fried chicken.
fried chicken. Interesting.
It's incredible.
It's interesting magic.
I will be sure to do that, though. Must be careful. Your mother would, your mother would be very scorned if I packed on another pound.
You're looking fine, Father.
Tell that to the 5 pounds I had last week.
Oof.
Well, son, I will see you tomorrow. I believe that we will be doing the ceremony at noon, so you guys may sleep in, get some rest, celebrate, or mourn, your choice.
I would be good with doing that, but first I must go and see a blacksmith. I need to have better armor crafted.
Of course. Would you need any of the royal funds?
I don't know yet.
Be sure that you send a message to me if need be. I will be sure to send the funds.
Thank you, Dad.
I'll see you soon, son.
Your son will nod.
And he'll head into the carriage. The horns will blow, and then the carriage will ride off. Now, let's take a break from all of that. Far on the other side of the continent, in Breville, the dragon, now carrying Zachariah, will flap its wings. Inside, you can hear off the large landing a loud crowd of people. Joking, jovial, music playing, loud ruffians, just pretty much everything. He'll kind of set you down. I cannot go any further.
Why not?
If I do, my wings will freeze. The temperature at the top of Breville is dangerous. However,
I see.
from the information that I have gathered from my new home, there is a way from the inside to the peak.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you.
Of course. Godspeed. And he will flap, and he will fly off south towards Sprinkle Woods.
Well, let's find a way in. Zachariah just is very stoically looking at the top of the mountain. What's around Zachariah?
Mostly a wide opening, and then a large cliff face falling pretty much down the entire length of the mountain, as it is a very steep mountain.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a large doorway, again, that leads inside with plenty of light and jovial music.
And with that, Zachariah is just going to just step through, and he's going to keep a pace. Just very, not rushing, but very quickly keeping about, moving as fast as he can without looking too out of place with running.
Okay. By entering, again, you're going to hear a lot of stuff going around.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing that's going to kind of pierce the entire crowd is a dwarf. He's going to be standing on top of a table. Very bright red hair. Very, very boisterous. As he kind of explains some sort of event, an occurrence, an adventure. And that's when I looked to him and I said, you know what? It's dangerous out there. You really should not go there. Your grandson, Zachariah, he'd miss you a lot. Like a lot. And honestly, I could not tell him the tale if you went missing. But he looked at me, he said, what's life without adventure, Zuzu? What is life without adventure? And so, without any question, we went deep into that cave. We drew our swords, our weapons, our spellbooks. We stared down that green dragon. We looked at him, and we said, today's your day, you fire-breathing bastard. And that, my friends, that was the day that we stood arm in arm and defeated the green dragon. And everybody will clap wildly like, ah! They're just excited.
Yeah, Zachariah is just standing there, slightly wide-eyed with a finger rubbing on his beard. So 3 questions.
Mm-hmm.
1, do I recognize this man? 2, do I recognize that story? And 3, if I do, is he embellishing?
Sure, give me a history roll.
All right. That's a 7.
Give advantage because you do have your grandfather's book.
That is true.
That's a natural one.
It's been a day. It's been a day.
It might be wildly embellished. The face does not seem familiar, but you do remember your grandfather quite oftenly going on adventures with a dwarf. The name escapes you, though, so it could have been anybody.
Interesting. What is this man doing now?
He is now propounding that he needs another ale and some more refreshments, as he puts it. And then he'll be back with another tale of his great expedites.
So he's walking away from a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think with that, then Zachariah is going to tail very closely behind once he's taking his seat, holding a couple silver in his hand. When he takes a seat, he'll put the silver down. All right. Then let us hear some tales then.
So he'll go over. He'll meet with one of the female dwarves passing out drinks. He'll grab a cup. It looks like they know each other. They share kind of like those Eskimo kisses. And then he'll head over to another table, sit down, kind of giving himself a moment alone. As he kind of sips his beer and nods his head like, yes, this is great grog.
All right, then it'd still be much the same. Zachariah is going to give him a moment and then start approaching.
Okay. Well, after a while, kind of edging your way through, because this is a packed place.
Oh, yeah.
There are plenty of dwarves. On rare occasions, you might see a half-elf. There are a handful of humans, one dragonborn off in the corner. But for the most part, it's a mixture. And upon kind of walking up to him, he goes, "Hi, how are you doing?"
I've been better.
Hi, that's That's not great to hear, but at least you're here and you're well and joining the festivities.
Depending on who you ask. No, I have a question.
I'm sure.
You spoke of a man with who you went adventuring with. And with this, Zachariah is not even asking, kind of taking a seat at this point. Who is this man that you went adventuring with?
Well, I mostly called him Talor. We weren't on a first-name basis. Actually, it was kind of a thing between us. We, he called me Old Zuzu, and I go, "Oh, you old Talor." But if I had to recall, Lontry, I believe, something like that.
Uh-huh. What I'm very curious of is why would you remember his grandson more than himself?
He always spoke kindly of the boy. In fact, almost every tale that he ever had, in some way or another, he was referencing his grandson, somebody he was very proud of. In Dwarven culture, that's not unheard of. So it was easy for me and him to get along. I would speak to him of my little cousin Tutu. Yes, I know, you can laugh. Tutu, my name's Zuzu. Our folks have great naming properties, let me tell you. But, he spoke highly.
Well, what compelled you to speak of such a story today?
Well, today's the great celebration. We're cracking open some of our famous Bravo mead. Well, not read. It's really rot gut, let's be honest. But it's customary to tell a tale of adventure, maybe one, maybe two, pass around a few drinks, get drunk as a skunk, and pass out. Would you like a drink?
I don't drink. Thank you.
Neither did he. Well, I mean, I think I coaxed him into having a beer once, but that was about it.
Well, he may have had his reasons, but mine are a little bit more stern.
No judgment, no judgment. We all celebrate in our own way.
Yes. And Zachariah's just kind of looking off for a moment and kind of just shakes his head and kind of focuses himself.
You remind me of him a lot. Mostly the jawline. You're very interested in him. Might you be Zachariah?
I am.
Well, welcome. As far as it's concerned with me, you're amongst family.
And that I'm running low on as of late, so that is good to hear.
Wait, what?
Not to ruin festivities. Today has been not that good of a day for festivities, for me especially. But Launtree, a good month ago, had passed.
Oh, you're going to see him visibly get upset. Oh, no. No. Was it peaceful?
Just taking a second and just kind of holding it in. Zachariah is going to just kind of process, I don't know.
He's going to down his drink very solemnly, raise it up to the sky. A drink to you, my friend. He'll lower it again, set it on the table. Zachariah, if there's any way I can be of any use for you in the future, don't hesitate to ask. I'd happily do anything.
Well, it's a good thing that right now is the future. I didn't come here by mistake. I came here with a purpose.
You're here for your birthright.
So I'm told.
He's going to look around, kind of make sure nobody's paying attention. And he's going to lean in. It's at the peak.
Mm-hmm.
The dwarves were originally supposed to protect it, hold it off for you when the time came. In that time that it's been here, though, they've decided not to release it to anyone. That they believe that...
Same, wizard, same.
They believe it is guarded by a sacred cat.
They believe that no one should be brought back from the dead, that it is unnatural, and that it hurts the normal flow of magic. Of course, I don't agree with this. Never have, never will. So in the throne room,
Mm-hmm.
behind it will be a stone wall. 3 bricks up, 2 bricks to the right. Push it in, and it'll take you straight to the corridor to the peak. Be careful. It's trapped. Many traps.
Yeah, Zachariah's just shaking his head. Thank you. Though, one more thing.
Yes.
He spoke of family. Of a line of people. I've never heard much of family outside of those I've seen. Has he told you anything?
He told me that his ancestors were famous warlocks and wizards. They actually were a family that came up with a specific spell well known to everyone this day. That you guys, within your bloodline, have the ability to cast a very specific spell, more powerful than the others. He didn't tell me which.
He never told me either.
He did tell me that when the time came, that on the back cover of his book, if you removed the covering, there should be a letter.
All right. Well, thank you.
Of course. Zachariah, I don't think I need to mention this to you. You're a bright lad, but even me giving you this information makes me a traitor. I am well aware of the consequences that come with this. I need you to be aware as well that this was my decision, not yours, from anything that might come of it.
I know. But it still won't change. That no matter what happens, I'll do anything in my power to prevent it.
You better get going. The festivities are about to reach their peak here within the next 5 minutes. You can use the party as a cover.
Thank you.
Aye. Godspeed, Zachariah. Does anybody have anything else?
Can Mila have a quick word with Edmund?
So Edmund at this point is kind of standing not too close to the dead, probably a good 15, 20 feet, just kind of wringing out his clothes from water.
Yeah, as Mila sees this. She just snaps her fingers, prestidigitation, and just attempts to dry him off as much as possible.
Oh, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you helped me in the fight there. I mean, it's not much, but
You should know I'm like 14. Well, technically I'm 11, but like I'm younger, you know.
She kind of just cocks her head.
Like if you're hitting on me or anything.
No. I mean, I'm. No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry. It's different. It's weird. I'm not me.
Wait, so you're 14?
Okay, so that's an exaggeration. I'm 11.
Okay.
Kind of. I don't know. One day I just kind of aged.
Wait, Mila cocks her head, but she's like, so are you a wild magic sorcerer as well?
No, I'm an evocation wizard.
That's really weird, because, I mean,
It was weird. It was just this weird light that appeared and kind of sucked into me, and next thing I know, I wake up and I'm this.
Weird. You probably saw on the battlefields, weird magic stuff happens.
Yeah.
To me. Yeah, I one time actually got younger, I think. It's hard to tell with elves. I'm not sure exactly. That's why I asked, because...
Oh, so you think that because of you and we...
Yeah, I'm...
Well, thanks, now I can drink.
I'm sorry?
I can drink now.
I mean, technically you really can't, because you're still
you see, I am technically, body-wise, 21. So, thus, because my mind is younger, it doesn't mean that my body isn't able to process it. I'm now 21. I can drink. Loophole!
Okay.
Kids who's smart for his own damn good.
Well, you're welcome. I guess I'm not. I'm so sorry about it. I mean, like I said, I'm not really sure exactly what happened.
It's okay. It's really not that big a deal. I'm just gonna have to do more explanation when I meet my dad and Hazel.
So you're heading toward Hazel now, then?
I'm hoping. At least that's what everybody else promised.
I wish you a lot of luck.
Thanks.
And I'm sorry again. And thank you. And I'm sorry. This is still not hitting on you. And she turns around and leaves.
Wait, was there something you wanted to talk about?
I wanted to thank you for the mage armor before in the battle.
Oh, yeah.
And helping out with giving me some advice about it.
Well, as Charity and Maggie would say, any good help is never the wrong thing to do.
Yeah, they seem like good people.
They're pretty good people.
You're very talented. I just want to let you know that as well.
Thank you. You as well.
It just happens sometimes. Okay. Well, I'm making this awkward. I'm probably gonna go and see if Lynn needs my help.
See you soon.
Okay. Yeah. At the ceremony. Yeah. Bye. She turns around quickly, just leaves, and it's like, yeah. Right. And I'm good.
So, most of the rest of the day will be solemn yet jubilant, if that makes any sense. There'll be moments of mourning and moments of celebrating. Again, moments of mourning and moments of celebrating. And what we can do is we can meet up later that night in one of the upper inns in town. It has been somewhat damaged, and there is a new name to it, as it seems the town has begun kind of re-renovating and rebuilding. The name of this place now is known as the Arcwain Glaive. And it will have kind of like etchings of everyone. Zachariah, Lynn, Maggie, Mila, Tensel, Charity, Cole, Aeson, Edmund. And just behind them is a light etching of a dragon.
Oh,
God. Well, they sure work fast.
I hope they don't remake the town in our honor completely.
Oh God, please no, I don't need that attention.
this is really awkward.
Inside will be plenty of drinking. You'll find Cole is there. Kind of awkwardly staying away from Aeson's brother on the other end of the inn. Plenty of people kind of passing around drinks and tales, pieces and snippets of the fight that they saw. So you might walk in and be like, "No, dude, totally. This chick just like jumped into it, like like jumped." Another one was like, "Did you see the glowing sword that was like in the leg of the thing?" So just like whispers and whatnot. But as you guys enter, there'll be kind of a round of claps, and you'll all be served one way or the other, one drink of anything that you like.
Like I'm hearing the whispers, I'm just gonna like lean over and whisper to Mila. I wonder how many people are gonna be talking about that godly performance you had there. Maybe they'll vote to put you into a pantheon, huh?
No, I'm nowhere near the gods. I don't know even how that happened. You know how my magic just works. Please.
Relax, enjoy it. It was awesome.
I blinded you, and I'm sorry.
Don't care. Still awesome. Best thing to see when I can get my sight again.
So,
Okay.
as you guys are chatting, a few keys will be passed over. They've seemed to have cleared and reserved every room upstairs for the entire group.
Oh, boy.
Aeson's he's still gonna look down about this because in his mind, just one person dying was too many.
Oh boy.
So he's gonna be pretty quiet as he takes a couple drinks and sits at a table.
If Maggie doesn't go over to him, Mila will.
Yeah, no, Maggie would be beside him the entire time, so she would probably sit with him.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So, yeah, no, you're good. I mean, Mila could come over too. Maggie's not gonna break her neck or something.
I mean, yeah, probably still Mila would just walk over, seeing like her friend kind of upset, and yeah, so she probably kind of like sits down across the table.
Mila would notice people bowing in her presence.
Yes.
They would also, if need be, refer to her as my lord.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah, she would be bright red by the time she reaches Aeson and Maggie.
Just gonna hear a message in your head. Embrace it. Enjoy it. Just revel in it for a little bit.
Strangled Mila noises.
Just relax and enjoy it. Have fun with it. These people need something to laugh at and and be happy for in this time.
She'll message back to Lynn. I can try. Just I'm not used to this.
So as the night goes on, plenty of drinking, plenty of fun, few toasts, nothing special. Some toasts to those who are lost, some toasts to those who saved others that would otherwise die. But eventually things will start winding down. People would start going to their rooms. It'll get late enough that, Lynn, if you're ready, this would probably be a good time for you.
All right. Yeah, when things are winding down, probably during a good portion of the night, she would have been hanging out with Cole, reprimanding him a little bit, saying it's like, you're gonna tell me about that shit later. There. Just wait 1 second. I'll be back. Just have to take care of something. And she's going to go up to the innkeep not long after. Hey, just have a quick question. I need to get a message out, like a letter or something. Where would be the best place to do that right now?
Turning around with some scraggly hair, a nice silverish blonde goatee. Well, I can get you a letter sent if you need.
Oh God, it's him!
Guys, you're forgetting Scoob is not a person we want to be seeing right now.
Not you guys. Group 1 is super excited.
Oh yeah.
Have fun with that. Have fun with that.
Oh no. I mean, technically, the only
Lynn hasn't counted him.
that was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mila's the only one who he has met in group 2. So, whoops.
What letter do you need?
Just need to send a personal piece out to, like out of character. Where would her associates be stationed?
Stationed?
Or at least, like, what would be the best place to send a notice that she would know of?
Probably on the edge of Trigus, just on the other side of the river.
Okay.
They move from time to time. They don't want to stay in one place.
Yeah. So, like, for her best known location at the time before she left. Not far from Trigus. Just,
Are you sure they're there?
In the very least, at least it'll be secure. At least someone will be there to secure it.
All right. Well, here's what I can do. He'll look around. He'll grab the big guild book, flip it open, go to the back of the book, and pull out an actual piece of paper. He'll slip it over. This is called a sending sheet. You write it down, you fold it in an origami shape, or like a paper flying thingy, or anything that can fly. You think of somebody you want to send it to, and it'll flap off. Pretty simple.
Huh. Neat. Wait, is there a chance that this could be, like, this is actually kind of personal information, kind of some...
Safer than a bird.
I'm gonna trust you on this. Fair point. Alright. She'll take the paper and,
Oh, hey, could you do me a favor? I see you're sitting over there with Mila. Is there any chance you could send her my way?
Sure, I don't see the problem.
Old friend, just wanted to ask a question.
Sure, no problem. We can do that. And, after that, she's just gonna get to writing. Actually, you might have just got to sit over here, like, try to find an area that doesn't have many people. Just, again, kind of personal sort of thing.
He'll move a couple of cups out of the way, kind of clear it off, wipe it down, hand you a quill.
Thanks. Really appreciate it. Again, Thanks so much. It's just gonna start getting to writing, and most of it is going to be in, like, a very rough, self-made cipher mixing Elvish and Dwarven together. Basically, to her associates, it's like, okay, how do I do this? I wish I had this set beforehand, but I was busy most of the day. Fuck.
That's all right.
It's like-
Do me a favor. Let's see how good this cipher is. Give me just a straight intelligence roll.
Oh, this is gonna be a straight D20 then.
20.
Woo!
You have
Holy
a plus
shit.
1 because you have
Jack of
Yeah.
all
Oh, that's
trades.
true.
unnatural 20.
Dirty 20.
Don't care. Take it.
Dirty 20.
Dirty girl. Don't care.
That 20's dirty.
All right. So yeah, this is a dang good cipher.
Mhm. So going into it, it's going to be basically laying out. It's going to be a very rough thing in terms of details. It's like just main points, and she's going to be confident in her ability that is going to be hidden from both sides. Basically saying, traveled back from Nottingham. Events very rough at this time. Word probably got back to you about Krokka. Probably hear word about involvement of a drow. Yeah. Yeah, basically it's like just train of thought at this time, so she is going to be putting all this out.
If you want to send me a little bit more details of the cipher,
Yeah, I can-
and kind of like a PM. That way, you've got time to think on it.
Mhm.
You can do that.
No, I can do this right now because like she's gonna be basically doing it offhand right now as well, because she has the major thoughts in mind, but it's like just trying to get it all out there and get it out there as soon as possible. That's why.
Hmm.
Mhm. It's like I heard if you hear drow involvement, be secure that no major details were released. However, require assistance at this time. Require information to be sought, delivered. Will be staying in Krokka for the time being. We'll send message to next available known point when the situation changes. Information to be sought. Any details known about individual known as Zalim. Items of interest or any major movements or disturbances within the House Forest area or within Ravul. Any major disturbances or changes in the Veska area, especially people being moved. And she's just going to take a long, hard sigh with this next point. Any details available about Megorius? We'll be waiting for details. Send any additional work to be done or individuals of interest to, and she's going to sign at the bottom, CLAK. She's going to wrap it up and she's going to bind it very tightly, and I doubt she has much of a seal on hand, but like what she can in order to like just hold it tight, and on it just draw a quick little sketch of a rose, and on one of the petals on the outside, an eye on it, and have it at the ready. Okay, so this gets where it has to go. Just go up and hand it back off to the Scoob. Yeah, sorry about that. Just
Oh, that's all right.
Mhm.
Oh, you want me to fold it?
Yeah, sorry. 1 second. And she's just going to like lay it flat so the writing is down and fold it up to as best she can as like a crow. And taking what she tried to use as a seal and put it on the head of the, I guess, the origami crow she tried to make it as.
Okay.
Right.
Cool. Now all you got to do is walk outside and toss it in the air, and it takes care of the rest.
Let's get into this, man. Actually, when I get back here, I'm also gonna need the strongest drink you have. I'm gonna need after this. She's just gonna walk outside, and as she gets out there, just gonna look up, and just admire, hopefully, any stars or moon that's out there.
Oh yeah, there's with the amount of kind of lights that aren't lit due to the kind of the broken pieces of town, the starlight will kind of shine through. The two moons that rest over Talalia, easily seen. One with a light shade of green, the other with a light shade of blue.
Alright. She's gonna give a quick peck on the head of the crow. Of a little crowbird letter. Alright. I hope you get to Uncle alright. She's gonna let off into the air for that.
You'll see the paper, the wings of the crow are actually going to start to flap as it seems to move in a very animalistic way. The bright white slowly fading into the darkness of the overcast of the dark sky, lit by the few pieces of stars in the moonlight.
And may Nyx not take you. And she's just gonna head back in and back towards the bar to grab her drink.
All right. He will have a fine glass of wine sitting in a nice, looks like a pewter goblet. He'll kind of pass over to you.
Thanks. Really appreciate it. Again, just may have to be here for a few days, so if you have any additional work, let me know.
Yeah.
It's good. It's gonna blow him kiss. Just head back to the table with Mila. Just plop down and just give out a long sigh. Ah.
Right. So you're blowing kisses to anyone now, are you?
Well, it had to be cordial. It had to be nice. Had to show that I'm just amenable.
You should have
only
saved
get
the
the
best ones for me then.
Oh, trust me, you do get the best ones. Don't you remember? If anything, give you a reminder tonight.
Quite well, actually. And that wouldn't be a bad idea.
At this moment, Mila's totally feeling like at the third wheel because she's like, okay, here's Lynn and Cole, and there's Maggie and Aeson. Okay.
About this time, Aeson will probably get up from the seat and reach his hand out to Maggie and say, I'm feeling quite tired. Would you like to retire to a room for the night?
Maggie will look at him a little confused, but she'll nod. Sure.
And I'm sorry to do this. I'm sorry to do this, Angle. Before she continues on with Cole and her drink. Oh, right, Mila. Apparently the bartender was, say he was an old friend of yours. So he didn't want to talk to you quick.
Yeah, she looks back and just like, oh shit.
What? What's up?
Hey, do you remember that scroll that we gave the dragon? He yeah. I can do this, right?
You want me to go with you?
No, you No, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm really good about this. I can do this.
Yes,
okay.
you can. You got this, right? You can handle anything. You're Mila? You showed yourself? You were one of the ones that took down that big bad beastie. You got this. She's just gonna rub your arm and give you a bit of heroism.
Oh yay! Thank you. Awesome. I love heroism. It's a good spell.
And a bardic inspiration as well, because why not?
Okay, yeah. So she just kind of takes a deep breath, gets up and walks over to Scoob.
All right. Let's cut from there. Let's head upstairs with Aeson and Maggie.
Whew. So, Aeson's gonna take a seat on the bed, and he's gonna bury his hands into his face, and just for a second, shake his head. He's gonna look back up at Maggie with a smile, and he's gonna say, "Maggie, there's two things I need to tell you. One good and one not so good. Which one would you prefer first?"
She's gonna cross her arms in front of her and she's gonna raise her eyebrow and be like, "Well, with everything that's been happening today, I think I would rather have the good news first."
Aeson will nod. He'll reach into his pocket, and then he'll look up at her and he'll be like, "Maggie, these last years without you have been horrible. I can't deal not being around you." And so with that, and he's gonna get up and get down on one knee, and he's gonna pull out his signet ring from his pocket. And he's gonna say, "Will you take this as my promise to never leave your side ever again? And will you marry me?"
Maggie's gonna stand there in total shock. And she's gonna put her hands over her mouth, and then she's gonna like freak out a little bit. And then she's gonna take the ring and be like, "Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course." And then she's gonna like tackle him and kiss him.
He's gonna be very happy about that, but not so happy about what's coming next.
Oh god.
I'm glad that the answer was yes, my dear. Now, for the not good stuff, I wish I could.
Uh-oh.
It's been acting fine till just now, and I'm not
Okay,
happy.
sorry. My headset got unplugged, and I needed to plug it back in.
Oh, I thought that was me. Fuck me. God damn it.
So, I'll just restart. As for the not so good news, I need to tell you as soon as possible, and I wish I could wait, but I can't. And he's gonna take a deep breath.
Maggie's gonna look at him very concerned.
He's gonna take a deep breath, and he's gonna sit on the bed, and he's gonna pat for her to sit next to him.
You're scaring me. She's gonna sit down.
My father informed me that your mother has taken ill. And they think it is the poison from the Priscilla flower. He also gave me some leads on how to help her, but we need to act fast.
Maggie's gonna sit there for a second, and then she's gonna quickly stand up and like holding herself, trying to process what's just told to her.
Aeson will stand up with her and try to hold on to her. And I promise you that I will do everything I can, everything in my power, to make sure that we can find the cure for her and get her better.
Dying.
Aeson's going to look solemn. If we cannot find the cure, which one is in Bravul, and there are two other amulets that have gone missing. One in the is it the Howell Woods?
Yes.
That's
One
where
in
I
the-
found the amulet, right?
Huh?
That's the amulet I have in my pocket, right?
No. That's an amulet from a small forest between. Where did you pick that up? It was in a forest between, I think, Nottingham and. Yeah, just before you reach Nottingham, you pass through
Okay.
a forest there.
Was just trying. I'm trying not to cry right now. Okay. go ahead.
Where was the other one?
The other one was in the Noveska forest.
So there's one in the Howells Forest and one in Noveska Forest, and they are both tied to people that we know. One being Mila, and one being Somebody who was with Mila. They said something Lostrith.
Maggie, not thinking clearly, is going to run to the door to almost rip it open to go find those two and talk to them.
Maggie, Aeson's going to get up. Maggie. Let them have their night. They've all lost a lot. We all have lost a lot. We'll figure this out. I promise.
He's going to see her lower lip trembling and tears rolling down her face.
He's going to pull her in close and hold her tight and play with her hair.
I know all of you have lost a loved one. So you guys, I don't know if he's going to make you roll a perception, but you guys are going to hear a bone-chilling scream of pain.
Oh, I know that scream.
Oh, God.
It'll probably be a very familiar one tonight. I don't think anybody's going to go running. I think at this point everybody would consider people are dealing with loss.
It's not too out of place for tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I still roll a perception to see if...
I was about to say, I think that should be up to everyone
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
course.
No, Charity's too busy doing whatever the fuck else.
Lynn would hear it.
Can I give Charity like my inspiration that I have so she can re-roll that?
Sure.
Oh, wow.
What's your passive, Charity?
14.
It's kind of too late for
Yeah.
that.
With a persuasion of persuasion.
Good job, Mila.
They're the same.
Mila
modifier.
persuades her hearing.
So we'll
No.
15 for perception. You'll hear it. Lynn will hear it. It might mix in the music for Charity.
Charity's just sitting there with her prayer beads. She's thinking too much.
Let me do a quick roll to see. Yeah, Lynn's gonna turn to Cole's like, just meet me in my room later. I'm gonna check on that. She's gonna go up and get up and check on him upstairs and see where the scream was heard.
I'd say probably about the time that you reach the second door to the right. You'll hear crying, but you'll also hear soothing, I would think, from both.
Oh, you bet your ass.
Yeah, both Mila and Aeson. Or Maggie.
Just say so. Milo's
Maggie.
like,
Maggie and Aeson.
it's not some polyamorous like thing. It's just the two
Maggie's
of them.
too freaking no. She doesn't share well.
All the royals got together.
So yeah, Aeson would be soothing her, trying his best at least. Probably not doing a great job.
No, she's hysterical. This is her mother.
And like I said, Aeson, dumb but brave. Managed to propose to a girl and tell her mother was dying within the same 3 minutes.
Wow, it's like, I'm sorry your mom's dying, but hey, we're getting married.
Pretty fucking much.
Yeah.
A day of death where a lot of people died. Oh, hey, want to get married? Oh, hey, by the way, there's another one. Add to the death total.
Another
Oh
one.
God. Also,
Maggie just can't catch a break, man.
Same.
no one can ever be happy.
Hey, Aeson's
Welcome
doing
to-
pretty all right.
Hey, but it keeps the adventure alive.
It must be nice.
Aeson's batting pretty good, you know.
Welcome to D&D. No one is happy.
Not until the end.
Yeah.
So, Lynn, are you gonna come in?
She's gonna hear you soothing him and soothing her, and this is gonna be a dick move, but her curiosity is winning out, especially since it's something with two nobles. She's going to stay outside the door and try and listen in.
You're gonna hear like Aeson probably saying things like, your mother is going to be fine. We're going to figure this out. I'll do whatever I can.
Go ahead.
I'll do whatever I can.
And Maggie, you would hear her being like, I can't miss my mom. I can't miss my mom.
Oh god.
Do we have any other scenes we want to get to tonight? Okay.
I mean, yes, but no for me.
Hush you, you're not here.
So, the rest of the night, again, solemn but jubilant. Yes.
Does Scoop want to talk to Mila?
Yes. Get into that.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Downstairs, just before everybody heads to bed, as people are filtering out of the inn, Scoop will look to Mila if she approaches him.
Yeah, she does.
Well, hey, what's up?
Hi.
So I wanted to ask, were you guys able to deliver that the package?
Well, no.
Well, we delivered it to someone.
I mean, it's just leaving out the parts for now.
Oh, okay. I'll get with you in like 2 weeks. I'll see if I can find you guys.
I should be honest with you, Scoop.
Yeah, listen.
I take it it's no longer in your possession by the way you're referring.
No, it's not.
That's okay. It's insured.
You, dude. Fuck you, Scoop.
Wait. So
I put an insurance out on it in case it couldn't be delivered. I do it for all of my packages.
okay.
It might not be found again, but at least the money will be returned from the person who bought it.
Okay. Because I know we were planning on giving you money for it since we
Don't worry about it.
Can I ask what it was?
Oh, a scroll of he's gonna lean in. It's a very rare scroll. True polymorph.
God damn it, you're right!
Told you. I told you. Deduction. I'm the fucking master detective.
Yeah, her mouth. Her mouth.
Zachariah, I thought your guess was mass polymorph.
No, it was true polymorph.
No, true polymorph. It's 9th level. Yeah.
Mass is like
To be
7.
fair, it was for a guy in Draftmore who pictured his life being different if he were be able to, say, become a dolphin. So, not much of a loss, and it wasn't a great use.
yeah, it might have been given to it, like, could have just gone to someone else, like, I don't know, a dragon, but that's fine, because, yeah, it's
You
insured.
gave it to a dragon.
No, it's just hypothetical,
Roll me a deception.
Absolutely.
Oh no! Hey,
Oh,
she's
shit!
learning from Lynn.
I know, my high charisma comes in use.
All right. Well, I mean, as long as it didn't get into the wrong hands of the wrong person who could use it for devastating things.
No.
No worries.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go back to. She turns around and probably sees that like there's really not that many people left at the table. Just like, I'm gonna go sit down now.
Sounds good. Hero.
Okay, bye. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sounds good, hero.
I'm no.
Oh, I should give you guys a heads up. Your guild went up 2 ranks, or your friend's guild. I was told to inform the heroes.
Yes, face defiant.
That's kind of I'm part of that guild. But it's
Well,
I'm not really sure because.
you are officially a moderate guild. Went up 2 ranks.
Yay! Yay! Okay. Just gonna go back and drink my wine now.
All right.
Thank you for not being mad. Turns around and leaves. While she's kind of walks back, she's just gonna kind of look for Tensel.
Okay.
Where he is at.
Tensel will probably be sitting at the bar, kind of away from everyone.
No.
And for strangely out of character, he's going to be drinking.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Yeah, she probably sees that he's not in a mood to like talk or anything, so she just kind of tries to meet his gaze, give a small smile to him, and then head back to the table.
Okay. All right. The rest of the night will go pretty average. The place will eventually thin out to where nobody's there. It'll get to the point where everybody will either went to trance or sleep. And then the next morning, I assume you guys will sleep in. You'll get a full night's rest, restore all of your spell points, the whole spiel.
Yeah.
And then at noon tomorrow, you'll see that there is in the square, just before everything gets kind of loose with the stones into that large crevices, you can still see people working behind. There will be a stage. Standing on that stage will be the King of Graydon and his son. And they'll instruct you that once the ceremony is started, you guys will walk up onto the stage in a line. And he seems to have people on the side of the stage, each holding some sort of covered package or something like that. And so he starts up his conversations. We all know that yesterday we received great losses. I wish to say a prayer for those that we have lost, and those that we have also saved. For a new generation was also saved yesterday. And so we take thanks in that. We wish to pray to our Lord Apollo. Our people hold true, just as the sun rises in the morning, that a new day will dawn. And that day will show us great, great strides and how we can become, and how we will become. It is thanks to these people, and as you guys walk up on stage, he'll motion to you, that we can celebrate today. That this town is not in complete ruin. That there are those of you that were in peril that are no longer in peril. And so with this, I would like to officially grant them their gifts, shake their hands one by one, and thank them for everything that they've done for our people, for our future, for everything in between. Now each of you will be given an item. Lynn, as you unwrap your package, you will notice that it is the item. It's a wristband. Was it a wristband or was it a belt?
It was bracers.
A bracer.
Bracers. So they are bracers strapped with daggers. For Lynn, the bracers of infinite daggers, though it see her safety in battle and usefulness in time. For Maggie, a viola of very intricate design, one from my own collection of instruments, one that can be passed down to those who will cherish it. For Mila, a spell staff, one imbuing her with abilities that she might not have studied, things that she could potentially find useful in her coming adventures. For Tensel, very special sword, one from my own armory. It is a sword in which that can split in two, very fine finesse weapon for charity. Some paper, which has been requested for the group in order to stay in contact with others. May it seem that even if there is no way to contact us, we will always be at your side in your times of need. I have also allotted her an extra 50 gold for her help and seeing to rest the people who needed it the most. For Aeson, my son, it is a brooch, one in which he can use to contact me, or my son, at any given need. For your other spellcaster, goes by the name of Edmund Gareth. Gareth. Yeah, that's Gareth. Right, sorry. I apologize. Gareth. We give him a spellbook. One in hopes that he might find useful information of from my own library in Great. That being said, there is one who is not here with us today to celebrate. Two, in fact. It has come to my attention that in Help, a dragon, a steel dragon named Flora, was lost in the battle, one amongst the heroes. For that, we have made plans to erect a statue in the center of town for the human in which she had hoped to be, of the person who now will watch over Krokka, wherever she may rest. As for Zachariah, well, we'll keep that one a secret for now. I want to thank you all for your turnout. And if I might, and he'll raise his hand, everybody will raise with us. May Apollo's light, as they repeat, may Apollo's light all together shine upon you and the path you walk. And they'll repeat as well. Very loud. They'll cheer, and he'll turn around, and one by one, he'll shake your guys' hand.
Aeson will shake firmly, but he'll be trying to give off an air of being happy about, trying to, be appropriate for the situation, but you can tell he's greatly troubled. And he's also lost in thought.
Lynn will graciously shake his hand while trying not to look too kidding while looking at their bracers.
I would expect that someday I might earn the honor of knowing the full name. He'll give a sly smile and move on.
One day, sir. And when he's moving on, she's going to send a small message to him, only saying, Caldana.
He'll give a knowing nod in between people.
I don't even think Aeson knows her name.
No, she said it once in front of you.
Oh, that's right.
So,
but not the importance of it.
With the ceremony over, there will be a few that will congratulate you, few that will want to shake your hands after you get off the stage, but eventually they'll disperse, go back to their daily lives and the repairs that are needed to the town. You guys are now free to split up and discuss what it is you would like to do from here out.
Maggie, when she, steps down or whatever, she's gonna just, how she usually has life in her eyes and she's super cheery and stuff like that? There's no life in her eyes.
Maggie.
Mm.
She's gripping onto the Viola neck very tightly. And she's just standing there waiting for someone to say something or to move her. She's not in the way, in a walkway. She's just standing there, staring off into the distance.
Aeson will take her arm and move her off the stage.
Cole will walk out from an alleyway So, I take it that means we're splitting up again.
Aeson will nod, and then he'll look to Mila and Lynn and be like, "Ladies, I need to have a talk with you."
Oh god, what now?
And he'll step up, and he'll be like, "These last month was it?
I believe so, roughly.
Yeah.
This last month of traveling together has been one of the most memorable of my life. However, you two are going to need to go on without me. I must stay with Maggie, and I need to go help her mother, who is gravely ill."
That's understandable. Yes.
Mila, just always remember everything I told you. Stay confident. Be who you are. You're a wonderful person. And he's gonna lean down and hug her.
She's going to lean into the hug as well. Just kind of whisper in his ears like, I will miss you very much. And then slowly kind of quietly lean in and give a peck on the cheek.
Aeson will turn to Lynn and reach down and take one of her hands. Lynn, I've known you for the longest out of anyone. You take care of these people, you understand? I'm trusting you in my stead.
I can handle them just fine. I'm just worried about you taking care of yourself.
You know I'll do fine. But it won't be the same without you.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm gonna miss your goody ass. Just take care.
He's gonna laugh.
Just take care of your girl, right?
I will, and you take care of your boy. And he'll pull you in and give you a big hug.
Short-term and kind.
Now, Mila, I have one last question for you. The name of the man who took you out of Noveska.
What about it?
He has an amulet that might be the only way to cure Maggie's mother.
I don't know where he is, but she kind of looks around and tries to look for Tensel.
Tensel will probably be at this point like just looking about the crowd, almost emotionless, but a sense of respect.
Same, brother, same.
Oh.
Yeah, she sees him and goes, it was Tensel over there. His father was the one who helped me.
Well, I'll have to give Tensel my regards then, but I'll need to know his name so I can find him.
Okay. Mila kind of walks over to Tensel.
Yes, Lady Leofina.
No, I mean you don't have to do that. Mr. Tensel.
Oh my god.
I think it's cute that Milo's pulling the Aeson. No, don't call me that.
We just need to talk to you for a brief moment, if it's fine. I mean, if you don't mean it's your
He'll
father.
bow his head slightly and walk with you.
Yeah, she leads him back toward Aeson and Lynn.
Aeson will stick out a hand to shake Tensel's. I hear your name is Tensel, and I must say, I was very proud to fight by your side there. You did some good work.
As was I to you. Your skill seems unmatched.
Aeson will like do the thing where, you know, you look to the side knowing you're complimented and you like it, but you're trying to like play it off. Yeah. Yes. I've had to practice very long, but Mila here tells me that your father is the one who helped her escape from Noveska.
He'll look over to Mila, and
She.
a little bit of absence in his eyes. So it would seem. Just wish I could find a way to find him.
He's a really great man. He's helped a lot of people.
Well, Tensel, tell me his name and I shall help you find him, because he also has an amulet that will cure the sickness that is infecting my fiance's mother.
He'll look to Maggie with worry in his eyes at this point, before snapping back. Jameson Lostrith. If you find anything, please tell me.
Do you have anything of his?
He'll grab the hilt of his father's sword for a moment. Think. And then he'll pull his bag over and look into it. I've had this box of his. And he'll pull out a small silver box.
Aeson will... Oh, go on, sorry.
Before rummaging around further, I haven't opened it. Figure it's for something much bigger, but I feel like this is a need that should be done. And he'll pull out a key and for the first time open this box.
Aeson will watch.
Inside will be an amulet. It will be a very ornate vial. And inside this vial seems to be some sort of root. Very particular root. This is actually pretty easy, because once you roll over the vial, it will be labeled the Priscillus root.
Tensel, my boy.
He's gonna stare at it, just in awe. I don't understand.
From what I heard from my father was that one of the only remaining cures was with a man named Lostrith. Now, that was before I knew your name. And so I was searching, trying to get as much information as I could. And it appears that that might be the amulet that we seek.
He's going to clutch it tightly.
I promise I'll bring the amulet back if we can just have what's inside of it.
He's going to think hard for a good while. A few minutes.
Milo's just gonna kind of like, I lost my words. Sorry. She's just gonna rest like a hand on his shoulder. Just gonna give him like a small smile.
Underneath the vial will be a letter.
He'll hand Aeson the amulet, but hold Aeson's hand with like the amulet in between their hands. Find my father.
Aeson will nod.
Any word, any notion, any clue, you find him.
Aeson, for me as well.
Aeson will nod. Very stern look upon his face. He wants to get this done. And then he will put after Tensel releases his hand, he will place the amulet in his pouch, and then he will reach up to his neck and unclasp his old brooch, take it off, and hand it to Tensel, and say, "I want you to take this and use it to grant you courage in battle, as it has granted me." And I'll hand it to him.
Tensel will take it. At this point, tears in his eyes, knowing one of the few things that he has left of his father is being given to someone else.
Aeson, seeing this, will put a hand on Tensel's shoulder and then look down to him, because if I recall correctly, Tensel's pretty short.
Yeah.
Aeson will look down to him and take him by the shoulder, the light squeeze, and be like, "I will do whatever I can to find him. I will put my feelers out all across Talalia."
Thank you. And
Aeson will nod.
Tensel's going to put the brooch into the box, but then take out the letter.
It'll be addressed specifically to Tensel.
He'll kind of rub his thumb across the letter, realizing this probably isn't the best time to read it, and then put it back in the box and lock it again.
If I may.
Sure.
I don't know if you listened to the video that I sent in there, but Maggie's gonna take a deep breath and she's gonna step back up on the stage, and she's tuned the viola while you guys are talking, and she plays that song I sent you guys and does this in like a way to like not only process it but give like a way for them to it's just her expressing herself and trying to help others as well with their mourning, if that makes any sense. And she has tears streaming down her face as she's playing.
As Tensel locks up the stuff, Aeson will give a slight bow to him and then a bow to Mila and Lynn, and then kind of excitedly, with a bit of a pep in his step, run up to Maggie,
Who's currently playing.
Yeah, he'll wait for her to finish.
Tensel, seeing Aeson bow before him, is going to turn red and return the bow as deep as possible.
Don't worry, he does that.
So Aeson waits for Maggie to finish, and then he'll whisper to her. He'll lean in close and whisper, "I have the amulet we need for your mother."
She'll look at him kind of angrily, as if he's trying to play with her.
And then he will slowly remove it from his pouch, very gently show it to her.
She'll look at it oddly, like, I don't know what this is.
And then he'll hold it up and turn it around so she can see that it says Priscilla root, and there's a root in the vial.
Is Tensel and Mila still there?
Yeah, Tensel
Yeah.
would still be standing there.
Yeah.
He'll see tears run down her face again as she darts off the stage and just runs into both of them to hug them, and she's
Oh.
hysterically crying.
It was mostly a tinsel, but
Maggie,
you're welcome.
take care of your family.
She's
You
gonna
only
look.
get one.
She's gonna look at Tensel with tears in her eyes, and she's just sobbing, and she's just crying, and she's just gonna hug him.
He would return the hug. At this point, the tears kind of starting to dry out, and he's gonna like lightly pet the back of her head to try to soothe her a little bit.
Yeah, she's just really, really thankful.
All right, guys. Well, with that, I think we've reached the end of this episode. In the next couple episodes, it looks like the groups will split, and our adventures will continue.
So much tears tonight.
So much to do. However, I would like to start the end of this by traveling a little bit far away. And in the throne room. Meanwhile,
Later that day.
In an alternate universe.
in a throne room, just behind the throne itself, Zachariah will stand, pressing the stone which was told him. As the corridor opens, you will hear the screeching of what seems to be some sort of avian-like creature, echoing down the long pathway of stone on your path to your goal. And that, guys, will be it for tonight. Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I want to say thank you for joining us for the ceremony episode. It was a lot of fun to kind of get to those things that we couldn't get to in the crossover due to the combat and the time that it took kind of getting through all that. However, we really did enjoy this. And if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe on iTunes, Podbean, and Google Play. It really helps us out in the long run, and the more that you do, the more people get to see us. If you have any questions, find us out on Twitter or Facebook. You can email us at opportunityroll.podcast@gmail.com. We want to thank everybody here who worked with us, but we also want to thank the people who are getting ready to do this extra life thing within the next month. So on November 2nd to November 3rd, there will be a 24-hour stream for charity. Every proceed is tax deductible, and everything that goes along with it is just wonderful. We'll have more updates on kind of what we'll be doing, the prizes and everything like that. I think right now we're still kind of patching out those ideas. But so far up in the mix is some, you donate so much money you could become an NPC in Talalia. You might even be able to get artwork done. You might even be able to donate and join a one-shot that I will be running as one of the prizes for this thing. So there's a lot to do, a lot to enjoy. So just, check it out. You could really help somebody. That being said, we also like to thank Purple Planet Music, as, again, we use all of their music in our games, and Cobalt Press. I have the Tome of Beasts and the Creature Codex, and I'm loving them both. If you really are looking for something to spice up your game, check those out, because they're so worth it. Well, that's about enough time for me, so remember, keep your opportunities open.